Shalom, call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Bahashim Akakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push in the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The elder Yahshua back with the WW3 Daily update. Shalom and salutations to you all. Today is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, where we go to Matthew 24 and we read 6 in the King James. And we're looking for this famous phrase, wars and rumors of wars. Okay, so Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And then what we do is we go in, we read a couple of these other versions, if you will. NIV is the same, rumors. NLT, threats. We got rumors and threats. Come down here to the NIV, or the good news a lot. And we have news. So we have rumors, threats, and news of battles far away. Come down here to Aramaic, and you have reports. We have rumors, threats, reports, and news. Okay, so now let's watch this little clip that I have queued, I think. You know, we're going to just watch this guy, open-minded thinker, because I like him. I like the open-minded thinker. These guys are from England, I guess. But always good things to say, so. Trump declares war on Iran as Mossad fake protest collapses. So, yeah, their thing is it's falling apart. So they might have to stand down on this attempt at regime change, whatever the hell they call themselves over there. Dude. Here we go. So look at Jake. It's a lot. Look at Jake. Here we go. It's a lot. God.
Crackdown on anti-government protesters.
U.S. President Donald.
Stuff from the head. Oh man, here we go.
Donald Trump is expected to meet his top advisors today to explore how to respond to Iran's crackdown on anti-government protesters.
U.S. President Donald Trump hints at military intervention in Iran, saying that Washington is considering strong options.
Sound like a bunch of rumors to me. Okay, again, we're looking for rumors, threats, news, and reports. Okay, and really, what rumors, wars and rumors of war, what that actually culminates into is the fame of World War III. Okay, look at all of the news channels, the news networks, all of the influencers, right? Everybody is doing what? They're doing pieces on World War III. You can't help it. That's wars and rumors of war.
When Washington wants to sell a war, it usually starts the same way. First, it reframes a country's pain into a morality play. Then it reframes that country's sovereignty into bad behavior. And then it reframes foreign pressure into help. After that, any unrest that follows gets packaged as the people rising up, while the state is told it has no right to restore order, no right to defend itself, and no right to exist unless it obeys the empire. That is exactly what this moment feels like. Iran under an intense, multi-layered siege, and Donald Trump leaning into language and posture that signal he is prepared to turn that siege into open war, while presenting himself as some kind of savior. And it is happening as the so-called protest narrative begins to lose steam, not because the Iranian state is afraid of its people, but because the spectacle has limits when reality sets in. Iran is not a blank canvas for foreign fantasies. It is a sovereign nation with institutions, a national identity forged through decades of pressure, and a population that has seen this movie before, where outside powers exploit economic strain, amplify chaos, and then claim moral authority to intervene.
Salakia, I gotta run that back real quick because something was being said there that needs to be pointed out. What he said, without saying it, he said, Iran is not a bunch of goddamn Israelites that you could just run over. Did you hear him say that? Let's back it up so I can play it for you. Listen closely. The difference between Iran and Venezuela is that's a bunch of Israelites that can't protect themselves. That's basically what
Happening as the so-called protest narrative begins to lose steam, not because the Iranian state is afraid of its people, but because the spectacle has limits when reality sets in. Iran is not a blank canvas for foreign fantasies. It is a sovereign nation with institutions, a national identity forged through decades of pressure, and a population that has seen this movie before, where outside powers exploit economic strain.
You hear that? Not a blank canvas for fantasy, like Venezuela. Like you could do whatever you want to them Israelites. They don't fucking matter. This guy, Putin and Xi Jinping didn't come to Venezuela's rescue. They'll go to Iran's rescue because they're not a bunch of have-not Israelites. Vladimir Putin is not going to Cuba's rescue. That's Manasseh down there. Venezuela, was that Asher over there? Okay, so they're not getting no help. Nobody's coming to deliver them, according to the scriptures. So when you understand that, then you understand what this guy is saying under his breath and being selective about his words.
Not because the Iranian state is afraid of its people, but because the spectacle has limits when reality sets in. Iran is not a blank canvas for foreign fantasies.
Like Venezuela, you could just go over there and pluck the president right up out of his throne. You can't do that in Iraq, in Iran, because that's the Persian Empire. This is what he's saying, right?
Not because the Iranian state is afraid of its people, but because the spectacle has limits when reality sets in. Iran is not a blank canvas for foreign fantasies. It is a sovereign nation with institutions, a national identity forged through decades of pressure, and a population that has seen this movie before, where outside powers exploit economic strain, amplify chaos, and then claim moral authority to intervene. The more the unrest collapses as a credible revolution story, the more the warmongers lean into escalation, because their preferred outcome was never reform, it was rupture. Iranians on the street rejects any revolution suggestion.
پیامی دارید نسبت به ترامپ به خاطر گزاف گروهی که
ترامپ من آدم حساب نمی‌کنم باهاش حرف بزن بره بمیره.
من معترضم، ولی بخواد پای این لجنزارا و صهیونیست و سکتوله‌هاش جا باز بشه نه. ما هرچی هم با هم دیگه مشکل داشته باشیم، ولی این که بخواید اینجا قند علم کنید نه. ما هستیم، جونمون رو پای این کشور میذاریم.
هیچ کشوری به ایران من نمیتونه دست بزنه.
یا فریب خوردن یا کلا از جاهای دیگه اومدن. ما مردم تهرانیم و باشون وایسادیم.
کسی که از این خاک از این مرزبون باشه آرامش مردمش رو به هم نمیزنه.
ارزشو ندارم. ما یک وجب از خاک ایرانمون رو بهشون نمیدیم. امت هممون فدای رهبرمون، فدای کشورمون. خیلی شدیداً باید مجازات بشن.
ببین اون موقعی که 8 سال ما جنگیدیم یه سیم خاردار هم نداشتیم. الان که دیگه در حدی نیست. نه اینجا ونزوئلاست که بخوای شبونه بخوای یه بازی سوری رو نه عزیز دریا نجس نمیشه با این صحبت‌ها. جان ما و همه ایرانی‌ها فدای رهبر ما.
یه سریا اونور مرز یه خیالای باطلی کردن.
رهبر
جانم فدای رهبر بدون هیچ نگرانی از نگاه‌های دوستان آشنایان
اسم یه سری گرونی ها یه سری اتفاقات هستیم و هیچ وقت عاشق نام خالی نمی‌کنیم.
عاشقتم آقا جون چی بگم جونمو برات میدم هرچی دستور بدی دستور بده با کله بریم تو شکمشون هرچی شما بگی.
من واقعا تا جون دارم و چقدر دوست دارم.
مردم ایران همونطوری که تا الان بودن باید چشمشون فقط به سخن رهبری باشه. کلام ایشون همه رو آروم میکنه.
سید علی عاشقتم عاشق.
So the American narrative has fallen apart. So this is all wars and rumors of war. Look at this. This is crazy. We could probably just go on and on. So I'm going to end it right here. Let me see. Forward a little bit, see what
unstable Iran is, now is the moment to finish it. That is not solidarity with Iranian lives. That is opportunism. If they truly cared about Iranian lives, they would stop fanning conflict and stop turning every internal crisis into a launch pad for regime change fantasies. War criminal Benjamin Netanyahu latched on this to lie more about the Iranian people.
ישראל עוקבת בדריכות על הנעשה באיראן. הפגנות למען החירות התפשטו ברחבי המדינה. העם בישראל, העולם כולו, משתאה מול הגבורה האדירה של אזרחי איראן. ישראל תומכת במאבקם לחופש ומגנה בתקיפות את מעשה הטבח ההמוני באזרחים חפים מפשע. כולנו תקווה שהאומה הפרסית תשתחרר מקרוב מעול העריצות, וכשיום זה יגיע, ישראל ואיראן יחזרו להיות שותפות נאמנות בבניית עתיד של שגשוג ושלום לשני העמים.
The hypocrisy becomes impossible to ignore when you look at Trump's posture at home.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt?
So, yeah.
Have you taken a...
Yeah. Whatever's going on. See, what's going on is this. We're in the day and age where those lies and those tricks that you were able to do on the people, like that whole regime change, I'm going to end it right there. That whole regime change thing where you go in and you buy off the people and you buy off the generals and all of that, people are wise to that now. So they know how to stop it. And that's what happened over there. And it's not going the way that the small hats want it to. It's not going the way that Trump wants it to right now. So now we have to sit back and see what the next move is going to be. Are they going to strike anyway, which is very, very, very foolish. Now, according to the timeline, right, of the Great Millstone Doctrine, okay, we have to see significant movement in the chip before World War III escalates to ICBMs. Okay. With the way things are going right now, we could be at ICBMs in a month. Okay. That is not enough time for significant movement in the CHIP. So what that, by the extrapolation, if you will, this has to die down. Meaning, Babylon can't launch or attack Iran, not right now. Because this thing will escalate out of control right up to ICBMs, and it's not time for that yet according to the Most High's plan, because we got to see some movement, some significant movement with this CHIP, all right? So that's going to take a few months, right, to see, all right? And now I'm guessing when I'm saying this, all right? This is just me thinking out loud, but, you know, using measurements, right? We're measuring, but from what, I mean, things can't just go straight to ICBM. They're using Oreshniks right now, okay? That's an ICBM. All they got to do is change the head. So that's in play, right? And if you think that Iran don't have those things and that are being supplied with them, do you understand? So that's in play right now. If Babylon were to launch and attack Iran, that thing's going to escalate quick, fast. So therefore, there needs to be a little time in between that for this chip to build up. So I don't think they're going to launch right now. They're going to have to stand down because their regime change operation didn't work. It's obvious what's going on. They have to come up with another ploy, if you will. And that's going to take another 6 months. Okay? This one didn't work. All right? So if they do launch, okay, if they do attack in the next 48 hours, the next 2 weeks, right? World War III is just going to escalate exponentially in everybody's face. especially right here in Babylon the Great. Okay? Because pursuant to, and I'm going to close on this, pursuant to second Ezra's here, Salakia, where did that go? I might just have to end it right here, Salak. I don't know what happened there. There it is. Second Ezra's 15. Yeah, they're gonna get touched. It's 15, right? Salakia. Yeah, right here. Let's see. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 33. And from the land of the Assyrians, what is that? That's Babylon the Great. Shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. That's going to happen right here. Okay? Because our enemies are here like caterpillars right now. They marched in on the southern border, and they're in place right now. And I'm sure that there was a bunch of them down there during that Elamite protest where the U-Haul truck passed through. But anyway, with that, we hope that the elect were edified. Just bringing out, some wars and rumors of wars on Tuesday like we do every week. With that, we pray that the elect were edified once again. Shalom.